Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast between Ret and a Muslim. This is going to be Game 3 in a best of 3 matchup. Ret taking Game 1, what map was that on? Game 1 on Desert Oasis. Then we had a Muslim taking Game 2 on Steps of War. So this is going to be Game 3, winner take all on Metalopolis. Taking a look over here, we have Ret spawning as the red Zerg player over here at the 12 o'clock position. Meanwhile, we have the Muslim spawning over here at the 3 o'clock position as the purple Terran player. So it is going to be Terran versus Zerg. Once again, we'll see how this works out. Overlord did a quick check. I thought he turned back around. Did not turn back around. Gonna find this command center. Gonna be able to see what exactly is up, and going to find out that this is in fact going to be a close spawn. Taking a look at the Muslim. The Muslim now atypical or non-standardly building that supply depot on that high ground, going for no fast barracks, just going for a supply depot first. Gonna delay that orbital command just a little bit. Taking a look back over here, the Muslim queuing up that next SCV, perhaps gonna start scouting or delay. Yeah, there it goes, now building that additional barracks. I think he canceled that SCV, and then once again got up to 50 minerals and brought it back up. Taking a look back over here, we have Ret sitting on a fair number of minerals and still producing more drones, so we may have a fast hatchery expansion. The Muslim now getting that barracks still up and running. Really no worries for that Overlord as of yet, as that barracks is not completed, and these SCVs just trying to mine as quickly as possible. No gas yet. That's a little bit surprising, as gas is really needed for those marauders, that tech lab, all those really early things. Finally, the Muslim getting that early gas. Coming back over here, we have Ret also getting that hatchery up, so it's going to be a hatchery before a spawning pool, and therefore breeding a lot more additional larvae, and also allowing Ret to be able to mine more quickly. But it is going to delay his army significantly. Coming back over here, we now have an SCV moving out. SCV going to go ahead and scout to the 12 o'clock position. Going to find that in fact it is going to be a fast expansion attempt, and we'll see how he tries to counteract this. Taking a look over here, orbital command nearing completion. SCV now down and now creating that secondary supply depot in order to finish off this wall-in barracks. Should probably lift off and try to build a tech lab. I mean, at this stage in the game, he must feel that Ret is going to be going perhaps at least one, if not two, sets of roaches. And now a bunker being dropped down. That bunker not going to really do anything, though, as those drones are going to come by and able to take that SCV down. If that SCV is able to move away and like switch between those two sides. Now 5 drones off of that mineral line. We'll see how that's really going to work out, as that SCV wants to repair that bunker, but that bunker now getting hit by those drones. Those drones now going to be able to take down that bunker without any real issue. Zerglings now being produced most likely. Yeah, 6 Zerglings being produced, and an additional bunker being put into place once again. Zerglings now coming in as well, and additional SCVs as well. So we'll see how this really works out as those Marines try to fight back against those Zerglings and those drones. One of those Marines very low on hit points, still able to fight back somehow, canceling that bunker once again, and now gonna be moving out. There's now 6 Zerglings gonna be chasing down the rest of these Marines. Marines wanting to push back against a couple of those Overlords, but deciding not to, as a lot of those Marines are already very low on hit points. Zergling's going to be coming around that corner, perhaps trying to get in front of those Marines. SCVs now trying to come in. One low hit point Marine, and a very nice micro by the Muslim. The Muslim really not losing that many, losing a single SCV, but able to keep all of his Marines in that one particular fight. Now we have in fact an additional command center and an additional barracks being produced. So we'll see how those barracks are going to be used. Taking a look, I thought I heard that was the raise and lowering of that supply depot. Zerglings once again going to be trying to come up this ramp, perhaps try to test it, at least see what the strategy is in fact for the Muslim. But the Muslim does in fact have a fairly decent wall in, and now going to go ahead and drop down a tech lab in this position in order to start building some marauders perhaps. Taking a look, more barracks, more supply depots, more tech labs, so we're going to perhaps see mass marauders at this stage in the game. We'll see if Ret is going for roaches, and he is in fact going for roaches as he goes to tier 2, so he will need to get to Mutalis or Hydralis in order to try to counteract those roaches. Now once again we have a bunker on this low ground. Those Zerglings going to try to take down that SCV, however fairly well protected, but with the squadron of Marines behind them. Command center being lifted off and then going to be dropped into place once again. We'll see if a Zergling is going to try to cancel that by sitting underneath. Are those Marines going to head off into that one bunker? No, not heading off into the bunker, as more bunkers being produced. to try to ensure that these particular bunkers are fairly safe. Marines, Marauders, and now getting an orbital command over here by MYMDeMusliM. Taking a look back over here, still not seeing any research on that stim or that combat shield for those Marines. So those Marauders will not be able to kite nearly as well. So we currently have what, three Marauders and what, 7 SCVs in this fight right now. Command center going to be calling down those orbital commands in just a moment. MYMDeMusliM very behind. It feels like he's really behind on minerals. Yeah, harvesters down from 25 compared to 36, as he's not constantly or consistently producing SCVs out of those command centers. Taking a look at the overall army size, though, Red sitting on a very, very small army, while MYMDeMusliM sitting at 1550. We'll see if Red will be able to just start massing up. He's playing a game of Sim City right now, as he doesn't have to worry about any attacks from MYMDeMusliM. Just getting a very, very strong economy, producing as much tech as he can, as much research. His army is still only 275, and still finally getting at least some upgrades and trying to produce some Hydralisks as well. So 3 Hydralisks on the way. Currently a Zerglin sitting over here acting as a little bit of a scout, a forward scout in terms of this particular expansion. Taking a look back at the income, once again Red sitting at 45 and now MYMDeMusliM sitting at 32. MYMDeMusliM trying to even up the score. Taking a look at the gas consumption, Red running off of 4 gas, while MYMDeMusliM is only running off of 2 at this stage. No, actually running off of like 2.5 or 2 1/3. Marauders still standing by, standing close. We also have Red now getting a high yield mineral expansion. We'll see how that works out for him. And taking a look at the army count, still only 575 for Red, while MYMDeMusliM sitting on 2050. He really needs to move out with this small force and perhaps try to test the waters a little bit. By not moving out, he's giving Red too much sight, too much time to perhaps tech to brood doors or tech very, very difficult or very, very high level units. Taking a look, we already have the level 2 upgrade nearing completion for that weapon, and now a Bangling nest being completed. So those Hydralisks with that 12 range and that 6 food, sorry, with that 6 range and that 12 damage, going to be dealing a fair amount of damage. This is only the level 1 upgrades. Excuse me, it will only go from 12 to 13 damage, not level 2 as I had stated earlier. Coming back, we have Overlords still spawning that creep fairly well across the map in order to... What's happening? I hear something getting attacked, but I don't see what. Nope. Okay, I thought I saw some things getting attacked. Nothing being attacked. Coming back over here, we have MYMDeMusliM probably evening up the income now. Yeah, sitting at 1175. Zerling getting quickly taken out. Do we have any upgrades? No engineer. Oh, engineering bay is up. Level 1 weapon upgrades have been completed, and we finally have a medevac up in the air. No secondary medevacs being produced. Looks as though a reactor is being produced as well by MYMDeMuslim's factory in order to be able to start double producing those medevacs in just mere moments. Taking a look, waiting for that to be completed. Reactors taking an amazing 50 seconds now in order to be built. Oh, you can select the... Oh, that's weird. Okay, gonna go ahead and drop back down that starport. Buy that reactor, and now gonna start producing some of those medevacs. So yeah, 1 medevac already being produced, another medevac gonna be produced as well. Orbital scan, quickly scouting out that Red does in fact have this high yield mineral expansion. And Red looking pretty safe at this stage in the game. Marines and Marauders once again moving back out. I do not see the combat... Oh, stim pack nearing completion on the upgrade. I do not see the combat shield upgrade yet. Oh, it's there. There's that combat shield upgrade. So the units are once again moving out. And we'll see how this really works out. No stim pack as of yet. Oh, quickly taking down some drones. And now we have, what, a medevac up in the air, trying to focus down some of these units. Hydralisks, though, are going to be a significant problem, as those Hydralisks are going to deal more damage to those Marauders, and those Marauders have a slower hit rate. Taking a look back over here, Gauss Rifle doing 7 damage, able to take down some more units. Hydralisks trying to get in position. A couple of those Mutalisks, Banelings now coming in, sorry, no Mutalisks, Roaches and those Marauders trying to once again constantly engage, able to focus down a lot of these units. Roach is going to get focused down as well, but going to lose a Marauder at the same time. Trying to heal up that Marauder. Marauder up to 48 hit points. Taking a look at the army. Armies are now fairly even. Red able to mass up a fairly sizable army after given enough time. Those bunkers have now been moved out of the way. They have in fact been salvaged, adding to the coffers of MYMDeMusliM in order to produce higher tier or more mineral intensive units. Taking a look, still do not see any additional starport, no additional tech lab on any of these buildings, so a little curious on how this is really going to work. Taking a look, we have what Hydralis and Roaches sitting off to this north side. Ret sitting on a very, very large army. Stay tuned for part 2 of this replay between Ret and MYMDeMusliM here on Metalopolis.